All right, so Sneako and MoistCritical are having a debate, and it's going about just as well as you would expect. Sneako says some pretty insane things about the little ones, which is quite ironic because he's currently calling out Chris Tyson and all of that drama. And MoistCritical also says some quite controversial things. So let's just hop on over here to Twitter. We can take a look at this.
I'm talking about your personal beliefs. Do you think someone in their 20s should be able to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
To someone in their 20s should be, I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know many people who would do it. The maturity for people in the teenagers in the West is getting much worse, but there are...
We're talking globally. Let's just talk globally. Like, do you think it is okay for, and I'm not talking about just you specifically anymore, anyone, do you think it's okay for anyone in their 20s, an adult, to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
A 21-year-old, if there was a marriage where the father consented and the daughter consented, and it was both good on both families and they wanted to do it, why am I going to get involved? Why should we get the government involved?
Well,
What?
Why would I tell them if everybody's consenting, if everybody's okay with it, if the parents are okay with it, if nobody's being harmed, if it's going to be okay, if they're both abiding by the rules and they're not hurting each other, why not?
Why not? This is the same guy that's calling out Chris Tyson and was calling Chris Tyson all kinds of transphobic stuff and calling him a groomer and a creep because, you know, Chris Tyson, Ava Tyson, she was having an interaction with a minor on the internet and meeting up. But if they get married, it's okay? That makes no sense. I mean, this is not the first time that Sneako has said one of these absolutely, you know, brainless takes. He's not known for being the wisest man alive.
Here's an easy question. What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
This is not an important conversation.
No, you don't think kids are not as an important conversation? What do you think the age of consent should be? If you want to be consistent, you don't think anything updates, just tell us what you think it should be.
I think it should be past at a developed age, Dustin.
What is a developed age? If you had to set a law for it, what would you set it? What would you set it about?
It's a developed age.
No, answer the question. You don't act like a little pussy in here trying to grill fucking XQC on fucking on modern meta ethics or whatever. If you want to answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
Do you see how
you want to answer the question? You see how he's going to yap and not answer the question? I'm going to ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
But MoistCritical also said some quite controversial things that are getting people's gears turning. And it does kind of make you wonder, is this his own thoughts? Or is he kind of, you know, scared of the internet crowd? The reason I say this is because I don't know if y'all have seen this viral post yet. It's kind of wacky to say the least. It's already got 6.2 million views. 22 minutes and doesn't once refer to her by her actual pronouns. So disappointed to see MoistCritical refuses to be an actual ally of the LGBT community just to appease the transphobes. Literally every other person got referred to by their pronouns except Ava. And I guess they're freaking mad because in this video, MoistCritical kept saying they, which I had to argue with someone in these replies that I actually ratioed, and ended up saying they is just a very common word to say, especially with a controversial character, someone like this that you don't want to accidentally misgender or dead name, whatever the case may be. It's very common to just say they. It's an easier way to say it. It's worked for thousands of years, millions of years, and people are just going to continue to say it, no matter how much, you know, Twitter users cry about it. Look.
Through hormone therapy, can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone...
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make, yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Well, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So,
no.
But it's still a personal decision. You're still deciding.
Because there's
take the other party out of the equation.
It's
a personal decision. If I'm 16 and I personally,
this is actually like a pretty difficult topic to navigate. Personally, I think that you know, anything that's going to alter someone's development, a very, very tricky situation. I don't even have my own children. If I did have children, I'd probably have a more definitive answer. But I think that anything that is going to stunt or alter or change the course of a child's life purposely is not a wise thing to do, because children do not know what they want to do. You know, I'm 26 years old. I'm a freaking grandpa, and I change hobbies still left and right. I used to love reading books. I used to love reading comics. Year passes, I don't really care for books or comics anymore. Now imagine a child, you know, one day he thinks he wants to be the other gender, or they want to be the other gender. I think it's quite a difficult thing to grasp, and it does kind of dive into the, you know, the transphobic territory, the, you know, you're going to cancel me territory, but this is just kind of how I feel. I mean, people are more than welcome to comment down below and let me know how they feel. I just think, like, you know, if you wouldn't let a kid, if a kid comes up to you and they're like, you know, I'm Batman, you can play with it. The idea, go buy him a Batman outfit, go buy him a little grappling gun, and let him have fun playing as Batman. But, you know, the second you see that kid on the rooftop with the Batman light shining up and he's like, I'm Batman, you'll be like, all right, take it easy, take it easy. You know, you wouldn't let the kid fly off the roof and see if he can glide, right? Now, that's just kind of how I feel. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Sneako's not a doctor. MoistCritical's not a doctor. This is what debates are for. And it's quite fun to watch, because these guys are like mortal enemies, you know? They're the whole controversial, like, you want to see my clips? Here's my clips. And then, you know, Critical comes out with the rocket launcher. Now, he came out with like a rifle, and he's like, these are magazines, doofus. You know, so it was a crazy time of YouTube.
I want to marry this girl. She's beautiful. She's 21 years old. Her family wants to do it. My family wants to do it. You're saying I can't do that. We're both consenting. I'm ready to go. I'm physically mature, but I'm not allowed to marry because Moist says that woman's a pedophile. But if then the next day I leave it, I'm depressed, I want to cut my penis off, I can go right into the clinic, snip it off, and start taking HRT like Chris Tyson. That's a society that makes sense to you?
It is. I believe everyone has I believe everyone has the right to do with their body what they want to do.
Oh.
Okay. And there we have it, my friends. Two controversial points of views. The first one I'm a little more passionate about. I don't think you have to have children to think that wanting to marry a 15-year-old is a little gross. The second one, I'm a little more open to hearing other people's point of views. I like learning different point of views. But yeah, we have a lot of people diving into this. Amos for real, he's a commentary. He says they both have bad points of views. And I don't know. Again, I don't have children. So that's definitely one of those situations where I can't really dive too deep into a yes or no, because I don't know. I really don't. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of it all down below. Appreciate you. Peace out.